Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Ba'asham, Achak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great wisdom who rule well, pushing this 100% truth of the gospel and waking up and seeing the elect of the nation of Israel through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh. And salutations to all you sincere Akimate that are pushing the gospel. You know, so yeah. Salutations to you, Akim, that are pushing this gospel in all righteousness and in all sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. Alright, and now what I'm just going to go into is this interview that, this news network that is right here on the screen, Arise News Network had with the president of Nigeria, which is Muhammadu Buhari, right? The president of this country that's scattered in. I see this is an interview concerning the president addressing the state of the nation, because that's the main reason why I'm doing this video, alright? Because normally I wouldn't even go into something like this, wouldn't deal with the politics here in Nigeria because of how insignificant it is in the grand scheme of things. Okay, dealing with Esau Edom and dealing with the Great Reset, dealing with prophecy and all that. The politics and the things that go on here in this nation aren't really of that much consequence. But this, it's something that I felt I had to address. Okay, in case any of you jakes that are living here in Nigeria see this video, so you can see this from a spiritual lens. Alright, so basically what was going on is that they were interviewing the president concerning these many things that are going on in this country right now. I don't think they mentioned the Twitter ban because I didn't completely watch the video, just did a few minutes of just did 20 minutes of it. The audio isn't really clear. Alright, so I couldn't even get majority of the questions that they were asking, which is why I'm doing a video on this. But basically, from the little I could get, it was going into the headsman crisis. Alright, it was going into Boko Haram, the terrorist or the insurgency group that's plaguing the northern part of this country. It was going into the insecurity in the east and the bandits in the east that are attacking police officers and killing them, burning down police buildings, burning down police vehicles and all that. And he was answering all the questions, or I should say that he was making his own statements, because in all actuality, he did not answer. It's like I'm saying too much, but he did not answer any of these questions. He did not give a coherent answer or even a coherent solution. And if you go into the comment board, you see all the people that are agreeing with this, talking about how he is the leader of this country, he's the one that's supposed to bring solutions, he's the one that's supposed to figure out a way to fix this, but he doesn't even look like he knows what is going on. It doesn't even look like he knows the solution that he would use. And alright, what I'm basically I'm looking at all this and I'm thinking, isn't this the same niggas 8 years ago when they first voted him? They're talking about change, that Buhari will make this country better, say Baba, say Buhari, that kind of thing 8 years ago. And even at that time, that was 8 years ago. I wasn't even old enough to vote back then, let alone in the truth. I was still simple as hell. And even I knew this was some old bullshit, okay? Even I could smell the shit from all the way here, from as simple as I was back then. Not to talk of 4 years ago, when I was finally, I was finally eligible to vote, and I did not, because I said what I was talking about was what vote of no confidence, and I was slowly coming into the truth back then, but I wasn't actually in the truth. And I hadn't yet seen my first video, but I was getting to that position, and even I saw the bullshit from them, and because what I was saying was vote of no confidence, Now what I was thinking about was that the people could actually decide whether they wanted to vote a candidate that was chosen or not, only to find out that the term vote of no confidence, and let me just quickly jump on the search engine, DuckDuckGo, and I heard that it is more secure than Google, which of course I doubt, but you know how it is when you just take their word for it. And let me type it in, vote of no confidence, because in all actuality, when in all actuality, alright, this is what the vote of confidence is. And okay, let me just get the definition. Let me just get the simple one. A parliamentary motion representing the lack of confidence of a parliament in the standing government. A past motion of no confidence usually results in the government's fall. Right, and basically what this is going into is what the vote of no confidence, in which you don't trust the leader or the regime that is currently sitting in office. And you would think that since this is all democracy, democracy being the people's rule, democracy being power given to the people, power to the people, for the people, by the people, all that the vote of no confidence will be able to be cast by the people, that the people could decide to impeach a president. All right, which of course you should be reminded of the Trump debacle, only to realize that they can't. Right, you people, you have no power. All right, you people that are thinking that you vote or you chose a ruler, you picked him, you did not choose Buhari. All right, you did not choose him, because the in all actuality Nigeria uses the same two-party system as Babylon the Great, and maybe even most of the earth uses the same two-party system. Two major parties, and then the minor parties that nobody gives a damn about, and never make it to the primaries, and never make it to into the votes. The PDP and the APC. Now the PDP, all right, have been ruling for the most part. These last 8 years were the only times it was probably Saka. I don't really know the history, but I would say that it's the only time since I was born, of course, in which the PDP has not been in rulership. But I believe that the PDP has been in rulership for the majority of this country, because the first party wasn't actually called the PDP, which the PDP means People's Democratic Party, and the APC, which is the current party in rulership, the party that that our president is representing. Alright, but what I'm trying to say is that these two parties are the only two major parties in which we have gather majority of the votes. Alright, the same two-party system, the same Democrat Republican, the same plebeians and Etruscan systems, and the same plebeians and I've forgotten the other name of the other party system that was used even in ancient Rome, showing you once again more proof, more evidence that this place is just Rome all over again. Right, and it's not you people that decide the president, it is the Senate once again, just like in ancient Rome. All right, because because you people out here, you don't get a vote on who actually gets to run from you actually gets to run, who is the representative of these different parties. Okay, who wins the primaries and who gets to run in these different parties. You people out here, you don't get a vote. It is what the people in the party that actually votes for their first of foremost, the person that they choose to run and to represent their party in the presidential race. And then when you people think that it's your own votes that count into choosing the president, it actually isn't, especially in Babylon the Great, where they use the college, the electoral college, in which it was the Senate that chooses the president. You people don't have any power in choosing the president, and you sure as hell cannot remove a sitting president, because first and foremost, it's the House of Representatives that have to come together and decide whether to impeach a sitting president or not. And the House of Senate Representatives is basically what we call the Senate here in Nigeria. All right. And even in this vote of no confidence, the same thing. The Senate is going to decide whether to cast that vote or not. You people out here, you don't actually have any say. You don't have a dog in this fight. But yet, these people are still talking about 2023. The next election will make a difference. Will put a person that actually deserves to be rulership in rulership. That kind of nonsense. And this is how you worship the beast system. This is how you worship the beast. All right. Which is, or rather, how you worship the image of the beast, which is this system, the two-party, so-called quote-unquote democratic capitalist system. You take part in it, you vote, and believe you can change things with a single vote. You tell people to wait until 2023 and make them believe that their vote actually matters, and make them believe that something, that there will actually be a change, when that is not actually the case. All right, that's not going to that's not, it's not going to make a difference, no matter what person is on that seat. What happens next is not going to make a difference, right? It's still the same elites, it's still the same international bankers that are controlling these countries, man. And like I said in my previous video, as long as they have a federal reserve or a central bank in their country, they are being controlled by the elites, because it's the elites that print their money. It's the elites that borrow money to them. Most the debt that isn't the debt this country owes, and the debt that Babylon owes, isn't owed to China or any other nation, is owed to the elites, is owed to the FED, the international bankers, and they're the ones that actually decide and choose the policy. All the president is a figurehead, all right, a person that takes all the blame. the fall guy. That's basically what this president is. Not that I'm excusing any of President Buhari's actions, okay? I'm using the term president to be respectful, but anyway, just not that I'm excusing any of his actions, but that's just how it is. That's just the actual truth. You have your Rothschilds, your Rockefellers, your Oppenheimers, and you can actually do research on these Google, on these banking families, and you figure out who they actually are. These 48 families, and you figure out that these are the people that are actually ruling over you, okay? Because this whole two-party system, we've already gone through this. It's the same coin, just two different sides. It's the same thing, it's the same system, just two different points to make it seem as to give the illusion of choice. So now let me get some precepts, because I actually wanted to respond to the video a little bit, but nothing that he said was actually in the grand scheme of things of any value, because like I said before, he didn't give any answers to the questions that they were asking concerning insecurity, concerning the things going on in this country. He had nothing to, he wasn't really giving any, what would I use, any decent or verifiable answers, rather just making broad statements, and just making broad statements about, sweet nothings. That's the word I'm looking for, sweet nothings. And of course, I have to speak a little bit on the current state of the nation, in which this President Buhari has shown complete indifference at best, and at worst pure hatred of the Igbos, alright, of Judah that's in this country, the southeastern part of Nigeria. Which is the reason why you see this talk of Biafra as a nation growing and growing, and even Levi and Benjamin, the Yorubas, they are thinking about so I can try to figure out how to say that word. To succeed. So okay, let me get the dictionary. The word is succeed and means to split from the country. That's why you are saying that all this talk about changing the nation's name. Or is it secede? I can't write the exact spelling of the word. Okay, here it is. Yes, it is secede. So let me get the audio.
Secede. Etymology.
Okay. Secede, and the word means to split from or to withdraw from membership of a political union or an alliance or an organization, which is basically what is going on in this country right now, because Judah is trying to break out from this country because of, because of the unfair treatment that the Judahites have faced in this country, man, even from the other Israelites, and now the other Jakes, other tribes in this country, man, they're trying to see, what's going on. They're starting to see that this country can't be joined together, right? This country can't stay together. It has to be split up, and that's the 100% truth. Okay, this country cannot stay as it is. It has to be split up. But I do not have a dog in this fight, alright? Because I'm not looking to be a Biafrian or be a part of it, or be a part of whatever comes next. Because what I'm looking to is the nation of Israel, and what I'm looking to is to build up this kingdom of Yahweh Shai on this earth. That's the next. That's what's actually coming next. All right. So even if this secession happens, even if this split happens, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. That's basically what I'm addressing to. What I'll say about that. All right. Because I've been wanting to do videos on this on Biafrians and their leaders for some time, but the spirit just hasn't yet hit me with it, because I don't see the movement as anything, what is going into. All right. So this is the book of Micah 3 verse 11, and it reads, "The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon Yahweh and say, Is not Yahweh among us? None evil can come upon us." And that is exactly what is happening to our people, right? To Jake, everywhere on this planet, not just Nigeria, right? You Nigerians don't have it the worst. You Nigerians don't have it, the worst. Like, you keep on thinking like, woe is me, like nobody's suffering like I am. But you Nigerians don't have it the worst, man. Jake everywhere is suffering from this same cause. Alright, the the scripture see their own shepherds pity them not. Alright, the leaders of our people are corrupt. They've all sold out to E. They've all sold out to this devil. The prophet, the so-called men of God. Are you people? have given your all to. Alright, so that the Jews, like I always go into, they've all sold themselves out to this devil. They have the 501c3 tax exempt status, especially those ones that are international, that have branches in quote in Babylon. Talking about let's go and meet the Nigerians there. They are all on that 501c3 charter. They are all sellouts. Alright, this is the state. This is the state of the leadership, and these what these religious leaders are considered to be great on this side, they are all sellouts. All right, because first and foremost, they are all sellouts. Okay, let me get my next precept. I'm probably going to close out with this. Just wanted to bring out two quick precepts. Just wanted to go into this a little bit and then bring out two quick precepts. So the book of Hosea 8 verse 4, and it reads, "They have set up kings, but not by me." And that's right, because this voting they are doing, alright, putting these leaders before, of which of course, I will say this, that majority of these people don't actually know what they are doing. They don't know how to set up they don't know much about the law. But anyway, man, the scripture says in the book of Deuteronomy that you set up a king from among you, and a righteous judge, somebody that is righteous and is righteous and will judge uprightly. Which of course, I'm starting to believe more and more. I believe that Buhari is not actually an Israelite, right? I believe that he might be a Hamite, because I'm not getting that vibe of Jake from him. But anyway, continuing. Hosea 8 verse 4. "They have set up kings, but not by me. They have made princes, and I knew it not. For their silver and their gold have they made them idols, that they may be cut off." This is basically what this is all going into: the leadership of these people, of our people, and the leadership that our people have put over themselves have constantly failed and constantly failed. All right, because this is who you trust in. You don't trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You don't trust in the scripture. You don't trust in the Lord of our people, the power of our people, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But you trust in these men that have consistently failed and failed and failed again. And the same thing will repeat itself come 2023 if you can still vote during that time, because that that will probably be because that will probably be when all hell starts to break loose. But if you can still vote that time, our people will still make the exact same mistake and trust in some random as Jake sell out that goes up to that president seat, the same way that those Jakes in Babylon, all right, trusted in Biden and Harris. And what have they done for you? And I'm speaking to both northern and southern kingdom. What have they done for you, man? Are they not putting more hell on our people right now, with the inflation and the rising in prices, making their regime and their government basically being worse than Trump. And this is and it hasn't even gotten to 100 and something days yet. That's where we are at. That's the state of rulership on this planet right now. As the scripture says, let me get that. "When the wicked beareth rule, the people will mourn." And this is the book of Proverbs 29 verse 2. "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." And that's why this place is in hell right now, because there aren't any righteous rulers out here. And the only righteous ruler that we can trust in is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because none of these other people that are put in these seats of power are going to be able to judge as righteously as Yahweh Shai, or are going to be able to do or change the state of our people. We only have one deliverer. All right, the scriptures don't talk about any man that will rise up to the president's seat and heal our people, or create a nation where our people can come into and seek solace and grow in this kingdom. All right, this kingdom has to be destroyed. There's no making it in this kingdom. There's no rest for our people in this kingdom. It's only hell. It's only going to get worse from here. It's only going to go and become more and more of hell from here. So let me just end it right there. It's ended up being more of a rant on our people with their, our people trusting in wicked rulers than actually going into that video. But like I said, there was nothing to go into in that video. So yeah, let me just leave it right here. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Acha Kodash, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom.